Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be looking at this question. The solution to the equation x squared minus 2x is equal to 8 is. So this question is actually a 1979 JAM question. So the question is the solution to the equation x squared minus 2x equal to 8 is. So the first thing is to write out the equation. So I have x squared minus 2x is equal to 8. And we're going to apply the factorization method for this, because the factorization method is actually the fastest method of solving an equation like this, a quadratic equation like this. So this is a quadratic equation. And how did I know it's a quadratic equation? I know because a quadratic equation by definition is any equation whose highest power of an unknown variable is a square. So the highest power of the unknown variable here, which is the x, is a square. So that makes it a quadratic equation. So the very first step, or the first thing to do after writing your question down, is to equate the equation to 0. So by equating the equation to 0, what I'm going to have is x squared minus 2x. If I bring this 8 to the other side of the equation, it becomes minus 8. So minus 8 is equal to 0. With this, I've equated my equation to 0. So having done this, the next step is then to look for the factors of 8 that you will add to give you minus 2. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. The factors of 8, they are simply those numbers that can divide 8 without a remainder. So 8 divided by 1 will give you 8. 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. 8 divided by 4 will give you 2. 8 divided by 8 will give you 1. So these are the 4 factors of 8. The factors of 8 are those numbers that can divide 8 without a remainder. So all these numbers can divide 8 without a remainder. So the main important thing to know here is that you are looking for the factors of 8 that you can add to give you minus 2. So these are the factors of 8. So which of them are we going to add to give us minus 2? So if we choose to use minus 1 and 8, minus 1 plus 8 will give you 7. If we choose to use minus 8 plus 1, minus 8 plus 1 will give you minus 7. If we use minus 2 and 4, minus 2 plus 4 will give you 2, and minus 4 plus 2 will give you minus 2. So the only one that will give us minus 2 is minus 4 plus 2. So this is the accepted correct factor of 8 that you will add to give you minus 2. So like I said, you have to look for the factors of 8 such that when you multiply them, they will give you minus 8, and when you add them, they will give you minus 2. So the only numbers that fit that demand is minus 4 and plus 2. So minus 4 times 2 will give you minus 8. Minus 2 times 4 will still give you minus 8. Minus 8 times 1 will give you minus 8. Minus 1 times 8 will give you minus 8. So all of them will definitely give you minus 8. But which of them will not give you minus 2 when you add them? So it is the minus 4 and plus 2. So have we gotten the factors? We got minus 4 and plus 2. So what we're going to do to this is that we will replace these 2x by minus 4x plus 2x. Minus 4x plus 2x will be equal to minus 2x. So since this minus 2x is equal to minus 4x plus 2x, we will put it inside this equation. We would replace this minus 2x with minus 4x plus 2x since they are the same. So this will now be x squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So minus 4x plus 2x will give you minus 2x. So this equation and this equation, they are the same. So having done this, the next thing is now to group the expression into two. So I will come here, group here, and I also group this part. So having grouped the equation, the next thing is to factorize each group. So if I factorize this group here, I have x squared minus 4x. So what is actually common here is x. So x is common here, and what is left remaining is x minus 4. So like I did here, I will also repeat the same thing here. So what is common in this equation is, so if I factorize this part of this equation, what is common between 2x and 8 minus 8? So what is common is actually 2. So this is plus 2 bracket. What will be left here is x, and what will be left here will be minus 4 equal to 0. So x times x will give you x squared. X times minus 4 will give you minus 4x. So this expression and this expression, they are the same. 2 times x will give you 2x. 2 times minus 4 will give you minus 8. So this expression and this expression, they are the same. So having done this, for the fact that what is inside this bracket and what is inside the bracket are the same, we will take one of them. So therefore, my equation will now be x plus 2, that is this x plus this 2, is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x plus 2 is equal to 0. If I take this 2 to the other side of the equation, it will now become minus 2. That's 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 will give you 2. So my equation is now x. My expression now will not be equal to x is equal to 0 minus 2, or x, when this minus 4 crosses to the other side of the equation, it becomes plus. So is equal to 0 plus 4. So 0 minus 2 will give you minus 2. So x is equal to minus 2, or x is equal to 4. So this is my answer to this question.